The Acer Swift 14AI is a mediocre laptop with a price that is just too high, and it tries way too hard to double down on the nonsense that is an AI laptop.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make AI happen. It's not going to happen.
This Intel Lunar Lake version has a low-resolution 60Hz display, it comes with 32GB of RAM, but it doesn't perform well enough for this amount to make sense, yet you have to pay for it. It has noticeable fan noise, especially for performance tasks, which is odd considering its middling performance, and it just doesn't look and feel as premium as other laptops. Its one saving grace is that it does have excellent battery life, but we feel unless this laptop is on a significant sale, there are just much better options. However, since prices change, we're going to walk you through why we came to this conclusion. But first, a quick word from today's video sponsor, Best Buy, who actually has a great product at a great price. The Crucial X9 Pro Portable is a tiny, very fast external SSD. We benchmarked it at over 900 megabytes per second for sustained reads and writes, and you don't even need a Thunderbolt-equipped laptop to use it. You can get max performance via a USB 10 gigabit port. This makes it an ideal device for people like video editors or photographers working with large amounts of footage. Consider this. Apple only gives you 512GB of storage in their base MacBook Pros. Their processors are powerful, but their amount of storage is restrictive. Apple will charge you $600 to upgrade to 2TB. Instead, you could purchase this Crucial X9 Pro from Best Buy for $127.99, a promotion that is running till the 10th of February. On the surface, you're saving around $470, but I think you could actually be saving more. You see, Apple doesn't discount their laptops, and that's who you have to buy from to get a custom config. If you shop at a retailer like Best Buy, you can often find a base MacBook on sale for $200 off. So the real saving of a solution like this one is around $670. Plus you get more storage, 512GB inside the laptop and 2TB outside. And that's what I personally did for my recent trip to Vegas for CES. The chassis of the Acer Swift is nice enough. It feels well built with its aluminum outer shell, and it's sturdy with minimal screen and deck flex. It looks pleasing with its subtle blue-grey colour, and it looks like it has copied Samsung's Galaxy Book design with its slick curved edges around the ports. That being said, it is not as good looking or as well built as many of the laptops we've seen in the last year, like the Samsung I just mentioned. The Swift weighs just under 3 pounds, which is fair for a laptop with a 14-inch display, but I wouldn't call this laptop light. There are several with the same size screen and processor that are lighter and more portable. The display opens easily with one hand, and that's when you notice that this laptop is just cheaper than its competitors. There is a plastic bezel around the display that reminds you that this isn't a premium laptop, and the display itself is quite disappointing. It is a 14-inch IPS panel that is bright enough at 400 nits, especially with its matte, non-reflective finish. But its resolution is only 1920 by 1200, and it doesn't have a fast refresh rate, it's capped at 60Hz. Furthermore, it has a narrower colour gamut. Competitors, they just have much better displays at similar price points. For example, the MSI Prestige 13 that Sierra frequently uses has a higher resolution panel at 2880 by 1800, which makes small text much sharper and easier to see. To demonstrate this, we opened Excel on the Swift and the Prestige. After playing around with zoom and window scaling levels, we were able to comfortably see a similar amount of rows and columns on both, which reinforces our point given that the MSI screen is smaller. I do want to note that low-resolution displays like the one in this laptop do draw less power. We have a short out on this which I'll link below, so wait till our battery life section to make up your mind if you're happy with the trade-offs. Let's talk about the keyboard. After using the Swift for a few days, I found I really enjoyed typing on the keyboard. The keys felt nice and clicky with decent key travel, and they weren't overly loud. One thing I noticed when I mispressed it is that the power button's placement is where the delete key normally is. Luckily, a simple press doesn't activate it, you have to hold it down. This is of course a minor issue as many laptops have similar placed power buttons, but I wish they'd just place it to the left so that the delete key can be in its normal spot. One thing I do like is that the power button contains a fingerprint reader. This is a nice complement to the Windows Hello facial recognition which is above the display. Onto the trackpad. It has a very nice texture to it which made tracking feel natural and accurate. It has a soft, quiet click for a mechanical trackpad and you don't lose accuracy when you press down. Overall, one of the better mechanical trackpads I've used. The ports on the Swift are also pretty decent. On the left side, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, a USB-A 5 gigabit port and an HDMI 2.1 port. On the right side, we have another USB-A 5 gigabit port and a headphone jack. Internally, the laptop comes with an Intel Wi-Fi 7 card, which is replaceable. Same goes for the 1TB SSD and battery, also replaceable. You can't upgrade the memory though, but 32GB is more than enough for a laptop like this. And in all fairness, all Core Ultra Series 2 laptops have non-upgradable memory integrated into the chip, supposedly for performance purposes. This laptop's speakers are okay. They get very loud if the laptop is used on a solid surface for the sound to bounce off, but the speakers are downward facing. This means that when you use the laptop on a blanket or on your lap, you will lose a lot of volume. In terms of sound quality, these speakers are so-so. The clarity isn't great and they lack bass. So here's how the webcam looks and sounds in excellent lighting conditions. It's a so-so 1441. I think as far as webcam goes, this is about average. The good news is that skin tones and the colors look pretty decent. Now, it does come with a bunch of AI features in Acer's Quick Panel. So I'll show you just how bad these are. So here is something they call Super Sharp. So here's what I look like with Super Sharp, just absolutely terrible. Here's what I look like with Portrait Refinement, which is just like a smoothing effect, but like a bad one. Honestly, Sierra and I have spoken a bit about this. We have to do a video to talk about some of these AI gimmicky features. They really make no difference and at best make things look and sound worse. So guys, I wouldn't buy a laptop based on AI features. Did you just see that? There was like some weirdness with the lighting. I don't know what's going on. Let's get into performance, which is disappointing. This is one of the slower laptops we've tested with a Core Ultra Series 2 Lunar Lake processor, and those processors are pretty slow to begin with. This laptop is slower than the ZenBook S14, which has the same processor. It is slower than the M3 MacBook Air, which is about to be updated to M4. It is slower than the Surface laptop with an X Plus processor in multi-core, that is. And it is a lot slower than a laptop with an AMD Ryzen 9 Zen 5 processor. If you're sticking to basic Office applications and web browsing, its performance is totally fine. But if you want to do more, this isn't the laptop to get. Obviously, we aim to be as thorough as possible, so we retested these results many times. Same results. Latest drivers, Windows version, and BIOS. We even delved in deeper to see what's going on underneath the hood. Here's what we found. This laptop draws more power than others with the same processor, which should make it perform better, so Acer appears to have some tuning to do. Secondly, this laptop's performance modes don't really do much. Both its normal and performance modes perform around the same, with the normal mode having a smidge less fan noise. Lastly, this laptop actually performed better when unplugged, which is a tad odd. In a fun flip, this laptop performs the best in integrated graphics out of all Windows laptops that we've tested, other than Strix Halo. This will be relevant if you're using certain 3D applications or doing some light gaming. One thing I noticed when I reviewed these results is that CPU performance during TimeSpy, a gaming benchmark, is actually really good. Why this wasn't the case in our CPU benchmarks is a bit odd once again. Anyway, I want to talk a bit more about fan noise and also the temperatures you feel while using this laptop. In high CPU usage, this laptop remains relatively comfortable on the keyboard deck, but gets pretty warm on the underside. This is not a laptop to have on your lap if you're doing anything intensive. One of the reasons that this laptop remains so cool on its keyboard deck is due to its fan noise. This laptop gets very loud, borderline gaming laptop territory. When you're using the integrated GPU, heat and fan noise was similar. Comfortable temperatures on the keyboard deck, but bad fan noise. In fact, in this test, we started to notice a particular annoyance about this laptop's fans. Its fan noise fluctuates and it is high-pitched, which makes it more noticeable than on other laptops, especially Lunar Lake ones. In fact, in light use, when I was just writing the script for this video, the fans would occasionally come on and off. In my quiet office, that plus its high-pitched sound just made the fan noise on this laptop annoying. Finally, we're going to talk about something positive about this laptop, its battery life. During a sustained high-performance task like Cinebench, after 30 minutes it doesn't burn that much of its battery. Compared to similar laptops, the Swift does better than most of them. The only Windows laptop that beats it in the ones we compared it to that's in this high-performance task was the ZenBook S14, which is likely aided by its larger battery. When it comes to very light use, which is what many people stick to while on battery, the Swift does even better. We streamed a movie over Wi-Fi for 4 hours, and the laptop only drained 27% of its battery. This is great and should indicate around 16 hours of total runtime. Next, we charge the laptop back up and put it on a full rundown test that plays a downloaded video on a loop until the battery dies. This laptop lasted over 20 hours, which is the best result we've ever tested. Yay! Finally, I mentioned that this laptop doubles down on the AI-enabled laptop nonsense. There is an AI indicator light in the trackpad itself. It is supposed to light up when you're utilizing an AI feature. In reality, it doesn't really work, and it just highlights how baloney an AI laptop is. Most real, useful AI just doesn't run on your laptop itself. Applications like ChatGPT require a massive amount of data and can't be run on your laptop, even for model inference. In fact, Microsoft's own Copilot, at least the application I tried, doesn't seem to use the NPU in this laptop, and therefore it doesn't cause the light to light up. And they appear to be the company that is pushing this AI laptop nonsense on us. Finally, let's conclude by talking about pricing, as that's really the only thing that can save this laptop. At the time that we made this video, this laptop had an MSRP of $1,300, but we quickly found it on sale at Amazon for $1,000. Realistically, we think there are better laptops out there at this price point. If you check out our website, justjosh.tech, you'll see the full list of laptops that we like, but here's a couple to whet your appetite. The HP OmniBook Ultra regularly goes on sale for $900. It also has 32GB of memory and a 1TB SSD, but it has a much more powerful Ryzen 9 Zen 5 processor. If you want to stick with an Intel Lunar Lake laptop, you could get the ZenBook S14 for the same money, which feels more premium, has a vibrant, fast refresh rate OLED display, and has similar battery life. We feel that this laptop is only competitive if you can find it for less than $800. Well, that's it. If you want to support us in our mission to find you a perfect laptop and call out nonsense like AI-enabled laptops that may cost you your hard-earned cash, then click that like button and get subscribed, and share this channel with your friends. If you want to do a little more, become a Patreon supporter or YouTube member. Links are in the description. Till next time, go do something awesome with your day, and I will catch you later.